What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Prince. And we're returning to the selection of songs provided by Chris, allowing us to extend the Prince deep dive. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Stan, of course, who kicked off the Prince deep dive now, I think, a couple years ago. But yes, Chris has arranged this folder chronologically. So the next track in the list is Dirty Mind from 1980. Now, fair to say, I've heard a number of Prince tunes in this journey that relate to sexuality and sexual encounters, and typically when you see the phrase dirty mind, it does relate to a penchant for or a disposition toward sexuality, sexual involvement, and that type of ecstasy, shall we say, and perhaps even that type of interest that is taboo or beyond what is considered normal when it comes to a psychosexual cognition and activity. So in that regard, I don't know if the narrator is the one with the dirty mind or if he's identifying a dirty mind in a lady or somebody else, or if it's even suggesting that what he wants or what he is experiencing is the product of a dirty mind, but in a way that is unabashed or unashamed. It feels like that might be something where the phrase is used as it is typically meant, but in a manner that is giving it its own spin, or even maybe, what's the right word, pushing back against typical understandings of that phrase. So obviously none of that might be relevant. Let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Prince, the tune is Dirty Mind, and it's apparently from 1980. Oh, I like that. Feels like the tempo fluctuates. fun tune. And it was what I thought, but from an angle that I wasn't necessarily thinking in advance. First of all, sonically, I love the combination of a very keyboard, like electronic heavy sound, but with a funky rhythm. And again, it's not quite disco, but it's got that like dance floor feel to it. And I was thinking maybe the reason it feels like there's a couple moments where it's speeding up a little bit, then it's slowing down a little bit, is this like, I think this is pre-sequencer days, right? So I think like maybe this is a product of performing this rhythm like in real time and without the aid of a sequencer. Now maybe I'm wrong there, and maybe the at least apparent, and maybe it's just my ear and brain not hearing it right. But again, maybe the slow down speed up is just a product of the time and the equipment, or maybe it is a bit intentional in the idea of these rhythms, whether that's more physical or like interpersonal. Lyrically, and actually before we get to the lyrics, I enjoyed his vocals. You know, at first they're kind of soft and pleading, and then eventually they get a bit more intense and passionate, and then by the end it's like he's kind of whispering and reassuring, doesn't want to hurt her, doesn't want to, do anything, he's not going to fool around, but he wants to lay her down, he wants to love her for a while. In his daddy's car, it's her he wants to drive under the stars. So yeah, it's like he's saying like every time he's with her, he can't really help it. It's like she makes him feel passionate and wanting to make love to her, and he's down on his knees like hoping that they can have this opportunity in the situation, which it sounds like a young person, right? Like in his daddy's car. It's not someone who has their own penthouse. It's not someone who can offer riches and nice clothes and so on. And he's even saying, I might not be your type of guy. Maybe even my style, my approach might not be your favorite, but he thinks he can love her well. He wants to show her that. He wants her to unlock her own dirty mind. It's like he's saying like, I kind of get this way when I'm around you. I've got a bit of a dirty mind, but I think you do too. And I think if you let me show you, if you let me lay you down and make love to you, you'll find that you are similar. You have a disposition toward that too. So that kind of seems to be the vibe. But yeah, I love when it would strip down and get a bit more minimal, like after the choruses, I think, and it would just kind of get that driving beat with that like electric, gritty, pulsing bass line. I very much enjoyed that. And again, some kind of big electric keyboard melodic lines too. So as I said, I love the like funk soul dance meets electronic keyboard flavor of this one. And I do like his dynamic vocal performance, which seemed to kind of like rise and fall in intensity along with the situation, the potential physical encounters. So yeah, another cool one from Prince. Once again, shout out to Chris as well as to Stan and others who've been following this journey. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.